Currently on YouTube, there is YouTube Kids, and on this app are a bunch of kids YouTube creators, such as Dennis, Creekcraft, but on the other side of it, there's Cash and Nico. Now, I have no hate for what these guys did. In fact, their channels are very successful, both having a combined 6 million subscribers each. So of course what they're doing is working and making them a ton of money, and if it brings them happiness, then all power to them. I make what I want, they make what they want, and we all live happy. But unfortunately, there are some scumbags on the other side of the spectrum. Some people that are just blinded by the fact that they can get subscribers, fame, views, and lastly, money. Elsagate has made a second wave on YouTube, and this time it could be catastrophic. So let's get right into it. So basically, Cash and Nico started their kids' YouTube channels back in October 2022, and right from the get-go, they started to blow up. Now, the reason why is because it's kids' content. Of course it's going to blow up. Kids' content has been proven to be pushed a lot more to the younger side of YouTube, the youngins, as we like to call them, the preteens, the adolescents, the toddlers, the iPad kids. Every one of them has been watching them, and these creators have been putting in a lot of hard work and effort. But there has been recently this channel called Cash and Nico, and basically it's a ripoff channel. Now that in itself is not too uncommon. Of course, with every big successor to a big channel, there's going to be a ripoff. But this one is it's very, very questionable per se. This channel is pushing out a lot of very inappropriate content. By such, a lot of things related to hub content, domestic violence, a lot of different, terrorism crimes. I would even go as far to say I think they've shown Nazi crimes. I'm not exactly sure because I obviously I don't watch this content because, it's very degenerating content. So now that we know this, what does this have to do with Elsagate? So if you've been a long time person on the YouTube platform, you might know what the Elsagate is. Basically, it was the practice where back in the day, YouTube had a wave of toy reviews, and basically it transpired into live action. And what people found is that they could dress up as Spider-Man or Elsa, which is how it got the name Elsagate. And what ended up following was a lot of videos that showed very degenerating things, such as content. I have to censor it there. I can't say that or else YouTube will demonetize me when I'm able to get monetized. But anyways, they showed a lot of hub content. They showed a lot of just downright disgusting things that children on the YouTube Kids app don't need to see. And what this caused is YouTube's biggest lawsuit and the biggest advertiser pullout known to date, except for the ad apocalypse of late 2016. Now, how is this a reincarnation of it? Well, basically, it's pushing out content that isn't suitable for kids to kids in YouTube's own algorithm. However, the reason YouTube isn't taking responsibility, because Viper actually made a video, a very well-known content creator. I'll link him in the description if you don't already know who he is, and I'll link the video. Basically, he made aware to YouTube that these content creators are existing, and they're pushing out videos that aren't okay for kids to watch. It's basically softcore prawn domestic violence, terrorism. He has a whole section in his video about how many crimes and all the years and fines and all that. It's kind of funny, but it's also very sad how much criminal stuff is shown to kids. Now, how can really all this be stopped? Well, first off, the content creators are going to keep doing this. They're degenerates on the internet. They're just going to keep doing what they're doing until they're banned, make another account. So it's not really the content creators that they can stop. YouTube acknowledges that there is an issue because they strike down Viper's video, which completely killed it in the algorithm. The video was not made, according to him, for, the viral intent. It was made to spread awareness. And he said in his own video that he got comments from parents and older siblings and concerned people just all around that they would monitor kids more. And I think this is a step in the right direction. Too often times now, kids are handed iPads or iPhones, and their parents are leaving them unsupervised, which is opening them up to a very malicious online world. It's opening them up to topics and sensitivities that usually would be brought up for those of us raised in the early 2010s, late 2000s. those were brought up way later in our lives, and we were talked about them in a closed environment. However, this being openly displayed on YouTube is a very bad thing, because children are very impressionable between the ages of like 1 to 10. And I'm making an exaggeration to say that even after that, like, teenagers are very impressionable too. Like me being 14, I've kind of cut that impressionability off, but still, it's a thing. But basically, children's minds are like sponges. So when they see something like that on YouTube, like, you know, the prawn, the things, they're gonna think, oh, this is normal everyday stuff, because these videos are showcasing things that can happen in their everyday life, and it's just being shown in a way of people using violence and guns and murder, and just like, why? Like, kids can see this, get impressionalized by this, and boom, we literally have the case of where the teacher got shot by a 6-year-old, and I'm willing to make the argument that they might have saw a Cash and Nico video, and this could have caused it. See, we might be seeing the real-world effects of this right now. So honestly, the first thing that parents can do is not give their children devices at a young age, or heavily restrict internet access. I would go as far to say that YouTube Kids is not optimized for kids. In fact, it's still a PG-13 rated thing if you search the right terms. But it's just something that YouTube itself is going to have to do, and YouTube seems to not really be taking responsibility. They seem to be censoring what they don't want to hear and leaving on the platform the, you know, bad stuff, and saying, it's okay, we'll let it get money, views, fame, whatever, but, you know, this guy is talking against it and saying we need to do stuff. Nah, we're gonna demonetize him. We're gonna make sure he gets no growth in the YouTube algorithm, because he, quite frankly, doesn't deserve it. It doesn't make sense. And honestly, at this point, I think children that are younger than the age of like 5 should not be given devices, or at least just heavily restrict them. Parents need to be more concerned about what their kids are seeing, and this video is being made to spread awareness on this issue, because, you know, kids getting their minds corrupted, it really can set them up badly in life. It can lead to long-term trauma, altercations, and just a bunch of bad things. So I'm making this video to spread awareness, to say, hey, YouTube, I'm joining the bandwagon along with Blisolic and others to say, hey, take this content down. You can suppress my video, but I want to make change along with everybody else. And I think with this video, we were taking one step in the right direction. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hopefully you finally understand this situation a little bit. I kind of gave the brief synopsis. Once again, I'll leave the Viper video. It kind of goes into a lot more detail on things where I was kind of maybe vague. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.